take me through, I guess, a little bit what you were just saying last week. You saw his picture on TV.
Yeah, I saw his picture. I was scrolling on Facebook, and I'm just scrolling, and I noticed my son's build, his height, and I'm just like, that looks like my son. And so I read the caption, and I'm just like, my heart sank. And a couple hours later, after I'm trying to figure out if it is my son, I call his mom, and I'm like, where was? And she said, up Village West. I was like, so you know. And she's like, well, I was gonna call you, and we ended up getting into an argument. Um, I told her that I had filed an order almost like exactly a year ago. Nothing happened. It's kind of like I'm just getting ignored to the point where I feel like I have to be silent, but I've reached out to everybody that I could and I've got no help, to the point where I'm starting to go crazy thinking, am I the only one that, like, my son, he's never disrespected me my whole life. He called me lame that night. He texted me, he called me lame. He just kind of talked bad to me and had me rethinking my situation or my decisions that I made. But I don't know about nobody else, no other parents, but I would rather them tell me they got my son than they found him. If anybody understands what that means, like I would always rather call they got him than we found him. And I don't think the mother's thinking like that, and everybody's mad at me. But I really don't care right now. Like I really don't care. I try to prevent this. Um, a lot of parents want to be their kids' friends. I'm not the kid's friend at all. Like I'm your dad, and I feel like that's all I have to be. I don't care what nobody else is doing, and so that's why I'm talking to y'all, because nobody would listen to me. Like, hitting everybody's inbox. I've hit council members up. I'm not gonna say no names, even though I should, but I just say some people like to party. Um, I don't know what else to say.
You were telling me you tried to prevent this, and you have some proof of what you were trying to prevent. So take me through. You said
I'll read it out.
What did you notice in your son last year that made you worried?
I seen Facebook post, not Facebook posts. I seen Instagram posts with him posting guns and stuff like that. I would try to get a hold of the mother, no response, and so finally, I seen a post where he was posting the gun. He said, "I'm not all right," and I'm like, "Okay, well, nobody listen to me. I don't want to do this because I know that he's gonna be mad at me." But so I went up to the courthouse and I wrote the statement.
Can
And
you read it for us?
it says. Hi, my name is Tony Miller, and I have a son I am worried about because of the way he talks and the things on social media that he does. He has guns and access to guns, and I'm worried at the rate he's going. I'm scared that something bad will happen to him or someone else. I've seen him post a gun and say that he is not okay. The mother won't cooperate with me in order to save my son. I'd love for him to have a mental evaluation. I think him having access to guns and talking about revenge makes him a threat to himself and others around him, and even me. And I meant that. And the judge did sign off on the order to get him put in the hospital, involuntary, but nobody ever did nothing. And there's only so much I can do without getting a domestic violence order out against me or something like that. Because I'm the type that I do want to just pull up and cause hell, but there's laws that prevent that too. So I can only do what I can do in the law, and that's why I say I feel like I was failed, and my son was failed, and even other people's kids who was at that bus stop. If somebody's kid was hit, now it's even worse, and it feels like I'm the only one that was trying to prevent that a whole year beforehand, but
So nobody came to pick him up for the hospital.
nobody came to pick him up. The mother moved about a year and a half ago, and I never could find out where she was, and that's why I had to put unknown address. But I would thought that they could find her the same as they could anyone else. Like, she has an ID. I don't know how they couldn't have went and found him, or his school. I told him what school he went to. Like, go pick him up at school if you have to, but like, just nothing. And then I have to scroll, and it could have been I could have found something different. It could have been 15-year-old shot and killed. It could have been anything. So the fact that everybody's acting like it's not a big deal, it could be y'all's kids. It could be, and I worried about other people's kids too, not just mine. And that's why I did what I did and turned them in. I feel like that's what should have been done.
What transpired last week that led to what happened? Do you know?
No, I don't know. Last time I was with my son, I asked him about his life. I asked him, was everything going good? We went shopping. I asked him, was there anything that I can change? Am I doing everything okay as a dad? Anything you want me to stop doing? Anything I need to? He told me no. He told me to stop worrying so much. And I kind of was like, I wanted to call the officers and try to have them come pick him up then. But I thought to myself, if I done took my son out to eat, then took him shopping, if I have police come pick him up, and put him in a hospital right now, he's never gonna trust me again in his life. And that's why I said, I told the detective, hey, you can come lock me up if you want to. Like, I take accountability. I had a chance. My feelings got in the way, and then 3 weeks later, this happened. So I feel like I'm responsible. I looked at all the comments on WOKY. I understand people's comments about the parents. I think they should be held responsible. I take the first lick and I'll be held responsible. But I think everybody needs to be held accountable and responsible, because we're not the reason that it didn't go all the way left. We're lucky it didn't go all the way left. And that's about all I have to say.
So then, with what's happening this week, do you think there's a connection there to what happened last week?
I mean, it could be, it might not be, but if there is, nobody was listening or paying attention to prevent it again.
Is your son still in jail?
Yeah,
currently?
he's still currently locked up.
Was there an argument between other people last week, or you don't?
Yes, he got in an argument with a kid, and the detective said that my son tried to walk away, and he said when he tried to walk away, I guess bullets was fired at him, and he just turned around and he started firing back. And I'm 100% in belief of self-defense, but you're 15. I don't allow you up here. I told your mother not to have you up here. You shouldn't be able to beef with nobody up here. You're 15. When I was 15, like I wasn't doing this type of stuff.
I mean, where did he even get a gun?
I ain't even gonna say that on here, but from a person that you wouldn't think would give it to him, like.
So for you as a dad, you're trying. You're trying your
Yeah,
best.
I'm trying, and I don't want to use race, but a lot of black dads kind of get ignored like this, to the point where something bad happens. Then everybody says, well, where was the dad? Getting ignored.
When your son was supposed to be, you said involuntary hold in the hospital.
Mhm.
When he was supposed to go there, was anybody supposed to take him, or was somebody?
Yeah, he was supposed to get picked up, and the police was supposed to take him up there.
Okay. So you were trusting that they were going to come do this.
Yeah, I made calls to the police department. With me not knowing the address, they said that they couldn't go get him without an address, and so I told them about where I thought they lived and the kind of car the mom drove and to everything, and still no.
So you didn't know where he lived at that point?
Nope. I actually found out the day that my son got in that shooting. I went and drove around the West End until I found a car and got the address, and that's how I found the. Because at that point, I wasn't worried about no domestic violence. I wasn't worried about a line on me saying that I pulled up and said this. I just didn't care at that moment. I was going to get that address. And so that's what I did, and I turned them in.
So to see then this happen a second time, and we don't know, I guess, who's involved. If it isn't the same person, maybe from last week. You feel like this could have been prevented? Too?
Yeah, 98% of bad things can be prevented if people take the right precautions and they're not egotistical. Like, a lot of things can be prevented, but